useless to start with clarifying possible meanings of use of this expression. So the first chapter is the world's market, fashion is fashion. Okay. Secondly, I will try to explain the importance of old and new technology, not only new technologies, that work and out this. And the second is technology matters. Some good technologies are pretty old. Then I will spend a few words on the concept of antifragility, which fits better than smartness, in my opinion, or from the fact of the word resilience, of what we should focus on. So the third chapter is fragility, robustness, resilience, and antifragility. Fourth chapter, I will try to show how and why the city as an artifact and phenomenon may be considered artifact. City, not every city. Even some cities are not or were not so smart or antifragile. So the city in general is antifragile, and I will make a very short example with the palace of Diocletian in Spain. The last, we will talk about planning and prediction, showing that we should rethink urban planning, but that planning is necessary and therefore has to work, has to be a good and efficient tool. Nowadays it's not like this. Therefore, what is needed is, in my opinion, an anti-fragile planning with policies and action which work, resist, and improve with time, and which improve the anti-fragility of the system. This is the organization of the presentation. I will go through quickly through some part when I think or I perceive that I explain quite well my opinion. But first, a forward. Let me be clear on this point. The use of the word intelligence, I think, or smartness, I think, in principle, will not be adequate. It's not adequate for a system that has not intentionality. Intelligence and smartness is linked to design, to something that is intentional, that want to say something, to reach some goal. So it is, in my opinion, not so appropriate to define a system, an evolving system, as intelligent. Nature is not intelligent. You can say that it's efficient in or provided with fitness, but not intelligent. The intelligence is linked to intentionality. But let's go. We will use this term also if we know that it's not exactly the right term. We can accept that you can use the term intelligent for an object or a system capable of reactions and responses which help the systems to continue to exist, to serve its function, be it designed or not, to grow and reproduce and so on. So we will use intelligence also if it is not the appropriate term. The images are not exactly linked to the presentation, but maybe offer some hints outside of it. This is the term of past. But you can use smartness, you can use intelligence, but in my opinion, all the words are better. One good word is resilient. You know that there is also a sexy expression that is resiliency nowadays. And in my opinion, ever better, anti-fragile. Let's point the thing that I underlined before. Not every single city could be considered smart. Therefore, some are being pretty stupid. But the city in its entirety, it's an artificial system which exists for 10,000 years, and that is to a lot. Climate change, natural and political catastrophes, epidemics, invasions, wars and civil wars, environmental disasters, and destroyed the majority of it, but not the city, as the ecological nature of human species, which taken think all together as problem. Today, the majority of our citizens lives in the city. Or, I repeat, very few individual cities of life. Only a handful have exceeded a millennium of life. Not so many more than several centuries. This city had a lot to teach us. Intelligent city, which should suggest that the art of governing urban transformation, which we may call urban planning, should be done in order to follow the intelligence of cities, of better their resilience, and in this sense, we need to seek to understand what could be an anti-fragile plan. But if we are asked to design the city from scratch, as it happens to happen with a certain frequencies in countries of recent economic development, as well as we were asked to manage the city in the past and in history, as it is most ways the case. I show you these two images in top. It is the triumph of Venice. Venice was a city. It is not still a city. I can argue this. It is now a thing, the dead city. But 300 years ago, it was very important and powerful, rich, not so powerful, 600 years ago was rich and powerful. But this is the triumph of Venice, and this is the finish of Venice. You can see this image that says the city is not still there. But we can discuss about it. So, go to the point. As I told before, is it so important to decide if the definition of smart cities is a good definition, or it is a sterile academic exercise? I mean, should we care? The answer is no, it is not a sterile academic exercise, and yes, we should. One definition, very short definition, Smart City Council. A smart cities is one that has media technology embedded across all city functions. Very plain and simple, not so rich of meanings. Or another from the important topics. A city can be defined as smart when investment in human and social capital in traditional, modern communication infrastructure, full sustainable economic development, and high quality of life, with a wise management of natural resources through participatory action. So, from a very strict to a very wide, too broad. So, in my idea, it is like parsley, all terms, social capital, sustainability, participation, quality of life, listening, community, and something that say a lot of things to say nothing or almost nothing. I have two types of critiques to the use of the term expression of the expression, but some aspects of the term that you can see this quotation. I will not. You can say over planning and all about fast. Oh, how fast we can get from one place to another. This is the Claire editor that is proposing another fashionable expression they will see. And she recalls the work in Mirage, in this conference, and she said that all the people feel being left increasingly low and put off in war, which everything is going to be taken by speed. This is internal critique. So the internal critique says that, okay, this concept it's not reaching everyone, it's not defining clearly its goal. You move fast, but why you move, and so on. This is a quotation I will not read all the quotations from an important article that is read to us, but the last sentences are interesting. Why do smart cities offer only improvement? Where is the possibility of transgression? And rather than discarding human intelligence accumulated over centuries, we must explore how to what is today considered smart the previous years. This is something interesting. Let's go to external. The more contundent critic is in this book against the smart city of Adam Green. It's a very pamphlet with a lot of sharpening criticism, but with a lot of intelligent remarks. The enterprises enumerated here are to a surprisingly great degree responsible for producing both the technical system on which the smart system is founded and the rhetoric that binds them together in it is as the foundational work of the 20th century urbanist, thought has been collected authored by United States Steel, General Motors, the Office of Event Company, and Bell Telephone Record, rather than the It's referring at the fact that the seminal smart cities, the example that proposed for the smart city, are authored by big companies. There is no architect, there is no urban planner, there is no design in this or in the front. So this kind of alternative is very sharp, because if the planning of city is made by technological tech company, it is not maybe not a good idea. Well, I go through. There is enormous quotation that we just decision say whenever an ideological text says all humanity, unity, brotherhood, and joy, and so on, you still always ask, okay, but are these all really all, or is someone excluded? In other reflection, we can consider that smart city, at least in the way in which it's used ideologically or technology, is a detour from thing. The focus on solution so much in the spirit of academia. Instead of critical thinking, we are progressively asked to be useful and provide technical solutions. There are already investing barriers. We need to employ psychologists and sociologists, devise tools to all people life, and globalize to design workers that will dissuade and keep on both. For all these reasons, I don't like the expression smart city. But I also think that the solution is not to abandon it. Rather, the point is to think more carefully about that smart city, to see its potential, to reappropriate it, and to put into a wider debate on cities, and then now they plan, manage, and govern. In short formula, the point is to liberate smart city from its ideological origin. There is a very interesting definition by the British government about smart city that could be a starting point. The concept is not static. There is no absolute definition of smart city, no end point, but rather a process of series of steps by which cities become more livable and resilient, and thence able to respond to new challenges. Well, in my opinion, smartness resides in the capacity, often indirectly in archaeological, without goal and unattended at the systemic level that appears at many scales for a single building. And I will show you something from how buildings level. Banff, a very interesting book on the life of building to the city as a whole. So, Smartness and the capability, the capacity of the system city to be resilient or antifragile through adaptation and exaltation to buildings of several and protective redundancies, to increase of functionality and accommodation of heterogeneity of needs and warmth present. This is an image from the book of Banff, the life of two buildings, two twin buildings during the time. Well, let's go through the Brian comment, but it is interesting. Between the dazzle of the building and its eventual cause, when it's either demolished or petrified by conflict as a field, and then before, the lost years, the unappreciated and documented in pursuing time when it was alive in evolution process, step by step. This is another image of the evolution of the building. In the sense, I will just give you this quote from Dante Recurso. In this sense, a correct approach to smart city should in some way try to resolve problems typical of urban areas, not just those of needs of use. As an example, our urban areas are often provided in a category of use, generally made in this productive age, driving the car, in good health, and so on. Therefore, cutting out other important parts of the urban population, such as young and elderly people, as well as the failure. Hence, a poorly tailored smart approach risks reaching just those people actively using ACT, mainly mobile technologies. Therefore, the technological layer needs to be linked to the spatial context where it is applied, as cities are different from each other. This is not very important. One of the key elements in planning is verifying capability and complementarity of plans with scopes. One just ended to do something in a short time, another to be considering the possible overlap. This is a good example. So, I say there is nothing wrong in wanting to optimize and make more efficient some services, subsystems, perhaps streamlining and simplifying possible processes. But this is a valiant effort insofar as the service, subsystem, procedures, and processes are clear and controversial paths and critical outcomes. This is not the case usually in a leading system like this. This is the first category. Second, technology markets. I will go through this quickly, but it is very interesting because I am going to make a short detour to show you 3 examples of all technologies that are fundamental for the city and that could be improved with it, could be augmented in their efficiency and their effectiveness by technology. So let me go through this. 2 examples of appropriate technology. I introduced the ghost. Taleb, the author of Antifragile, thinks that game can do something. I will just do a part of this. There might be a selection bias. Those students who engage in producing these accounts in the future will tend to aid incurable and unbreakable neomania, the love of the model for speed or sake. Tonight, I will meet a friend in a restaurant. Tavernas have existed. Tavernas have existed for at least 25 centers. I will be working there wearing shoes. Hardly, this is the similarity of the shoes. They're hardly different from those worn 5,300 years ago by the Banff man discovered meditation in the Australian Alps. All the ones, and I don't read everything. You silverware, you drink wine, you put the wine in glasses, you can accompany this with cheese, and you cook the food with fire, and then the same kitchen tools convey. It's not so different from nowadays kitchen tools. Chair, carb, immigrant bicycles, common. The last phrase is important. Ironically, it was to look like less of a technology. It has been undergoing meaningful improvements with the precise aim of being less and less. The last phrase reminds us the classical artifact of that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from men. And this is something that we have to take into account for the actual smartness of teams and systems. Sometimes the good technology is invisible, and sometimes just to go to an example, learning buildings. Buildings are artifacts, concentration of technology, most of them evolve, but a part of the artifact is in some sense fixed, and it is true also for systems. You can see the organization, the different layers of the building that are each of one has its time of evolution. Very quick, because the time is going, two artifacts that lasted over time, with the ideas to improve them with ICT and more, and an innovative experience. The first artifact is market. The marketplaces, they were always explicitly assigned and planned for their location, nation, and function. And there was planning and control in the planning marketplaces. There was, but it was at the same time improvisation and translation. There coexisted different social classes with the place of the country, the city center, in buildings, time, etc. So this is an artifact, not only the last time. Or I don't read this very famous quote from Ukraine manifesto. Last sentences: in the market, language grew, become bolder, more sophisticated, linked and sparked from mind to mind, initiated by curiosity and repetition, took astounding risks that one had ever dared to contemplate. We built all civilization for the ground. Markets are conversation. Trade rules paid the storylines, because the millennium between the human body is the music we have always listened for, and still best understood. So this is ordered by market leaders who were men and women whose hands were warmed by what they did. The work was their life, and their ranks were the names they were known by. Miller, River, Anderson, Father, River, Fisher, so this is the idea of market. It is not a place in which you sell and buy only, but a place of relationship, of conversation. It is, I say, the evolution of markets, the mode, is not smart. It's a place of full efficiencies and total predictability, secure and protected, entirely reliant on At a certain point of its evolution, the shopping center started to imitate any superficial. Here a square in the street, some artistic performance from my people, all always maintained. The shopping center is supermarkets where, as the gated city, but many things can be learned by more. Many things can be learned from us. Very quick, some new idea of market, new evolution of market. This is another temporary market that is very important. This is the design of market in public space, and this is another one very interesting in Barcelona. You can see, new markets could incorporate new technologies, not only in building systems, as we see before, but also to enhance their function. So using the smartphone, you can, in the new technology, you can improve the safety, data disposal, rotation of fuses in the spaces, improving lifestyles, information in the daily products, management of product approaching its use by date, changing the developing architectures, marketing based on popularity and growth. So you can improve the conversational and the economical features of it. Well, let's go. Another is Jacobs. The best place to look second, to look at first is the street. One had better look quickly, not only at the projects making away with the noisy automobile traffic in the street, they are making away with the street instead. So, as you know, J. Jacobs was fighting to maintain the street. A city street equipped to handle strangers and to make a safety asset in itself, the presence of strangers as the street of successful city neighbors as they do, must take 3 minutes. First, there must be a clear demarcation between this public space and private space. Second, there must be haze up in the street. And third, the sidewalk must pay uses on it fairly continuously. You know some idea, this is shared space, a good way to organize the space. It's not easy, but it's not difficult. And shared space would be the goal. You can see here this shared space in the definition of the association. So the association shared space. And this shared space is not enough. Another possibility for street is walkability. We presented some work that we did about walkability last year to remind something like this. We tried to evaluate the walkability for different goals of the city of Alberta and see how we can improve walkability. With action on the roads, but also on the organization services. And also, the street could incorporate new technologies, not only building system, but also the possible list. The last example is a tribute to a Greek architect that loved the livings. Arnaldo and his marvelous projects for playground in Amsterdam from 1947 in 1970. Out of hundreds, simple, attractive, and adapted to see the guns were realized everywhere. So this is the idea of Van Eyck. This is a quotation about how this was made. The result is on the one end a series of maps in which the playground has been set, and in the other, a family of forms created in reality was unprecedented architecture. The search to express genius logic is always associated to irregularity and profits. Reality, as always, been built less. It has always been built. This is the spaces after the war, and this is the way in which our nature invades this space. So this is the third chapter. Now we have fragility, redundance, and antifragile. We will start with fragile. What is fragile? How do we become fragile? This is before we have seen. This is fragile. And so you should think of fragility like this. There is this object and all sorts of perturbation and unpredictable events have happened around it and be solved. Fragile object is an object. Fragile object is an object that the exchangement will happen. Mean the feature which is extremely important for us. It is practically impossible to predict exactly when it will break. Now, but it will surely break if you have enough time. Now, what would be the opposite of fragile? What do you think? Many words come to mind. How the system resilient robust. Here they said, here an example of robust. What we write in the past? Robust thing. Whatever happens around it, you can kick it, throw it, shake it, and mapping it. Of course, all these are equivalent, but generally it stays the same. It is neither armor nor gain function. But if you think a bit, this is not exactly the opposite of being fragile. The opposite of being fragile would be something with perturbation, stress, disorder, and time would generally not happen, nor live the same. It would rather be something that can, in some situations, statistically improve and gain from result. This is an example. The example. If and you assess, if you need to set the rate, you will buy on the package antifragile. You sample types. And that's the word, antifragile. And there are things that are antifragile. Well, in evolution, for instance, our bodies are antifragile. Still, certain age. But generally speaking, the biological evolution, the way it proceeds to entirely random perturbation. This is example of antifragile. In general, all things living are at least in some way antifragile. And many things that are all to be their object, technologies, institution, or social practice are at least robust when not antifragile. As we will see be antifragile. So one idea is if something lasted for centuries, probably has some antifragile. It is the quote from Taleb. These properties beyond everything that are changing in time, evolution, culture, ideas, revolutions, political system, technological innovation, economic success, corporate supply, the rise of cities, cultures, legal systems, so this is the definition of antifragile. Let's go to city. Why city is antifragile? Very quick. From Thomas quotation of Mr. Churchill, we shape all buildings that they shape us. The other one of J.K. Records, old ideas can sometimes use new buildings. New ideas must come from old. So two examples, I go very, very quick. This is the Palace of Diocesan, you can see here. And you can see that now it is part of this. You can see exactly the palace, how it has been transformed from the people coming from seeking protection and then transforming it into their city. You can see very clear in these 2 minutes. But it's very strange, it's very interesting This is the city of Farm. In the upper image is nowadays. And nowadays it's the same as was in the Roman period. But in the medieval times, it was the wall, the wall of the city. So it is an example of the city, for example, of the Antifragile. It's something that gained from the sun and can adapt during the time. Let's skip this. Oh, well, let's think about anti-fragile. Let's see again. Let's keep this. What is anti-fragile? This is, let's keep this because it's some details that I wanted to discuss, because you can see in planning different layers: vision, project, plan, strategy, blueprint, action. And they have different time of implementation. Vision is unshakable, project is firm, plan is efficient, strategy is way, blueprint is flexible, actions are done. So planning is made of different layers of time, of actions that take time dilution. But let's go to the point. From our interest, planning a good thing to be operated in such a way to make the city more anti-fragile system. A way could be the so-called via negativa. The entire idea of via negativa is that omission, avoidance of harm, removal of drugs, corn syrup, cigarettes, gluten, carbs, gym instructor, tailways, does not have side effects and branching chains of unintended consequences, and stops. But big corporation and consultant cannot make money from them. They only benefit from acting. Let me explain how this is done. Instead of stating what we want to happen with our planning choice, it is an unlikely ambition in the little bit totalitarian one, we have to avoid that something negative happens, because it could be potentially catastrophic. For instance, building in overflow areas, or because it is abundant or unfair. For instance, consumption of land in the college is to avoid. In this sense, we need a very strict and mandatory plan to minimize the effects of negative events, also if they are very unlikely. The remains of planning must be based on the process. So the idea is via negativa, say what not it is impossible to do, what is completely forbidden for physical reason or for, let's say, vision sharing reason. The remainder of planning must be based on processes and attention. I don't mean that the positive activity must be done outside, but the plan must be designed leaving space to the action of people, helping the activism of all subjects and especially of the subject. For instance, two examples. If the positive purpose would be to reinstitute a combination of agricultural activities around the city, a set of constraints that avoid the possibility to build in that areas and norms, the town of rehabilitation, expansion, only if linked to agricultural activity and the very low density could not reach the goal. I don't say that it is useful. It is not enough. At the opposite, they could be eluded and bypassed. We will need to activate processes to promote agricultural activities, helping the local producer in modernization, planning, and also policy market, fixed activities, and so on. For instance, if the positive purpose would be to avoid gentrification and the recovery and regenerate areas of urban centers, norms that impose a quota of dwellings for weak categories, norms that can be clever and efficient, would be not enough. Also, in this case, we need to impulse processes to empower these categories, giving them opportunity of work, also in the maintenance of the neighborhood, processes to defend more commercial activities, maintain alive public spaces in order to keep spaces, and so on. We can make a lot of examples. We have via negativa and a way to stimulate empowerment and social transformation. It's a combination from top down and bottom up. Similarly, the positive purpose would be to reuse abandoned and direct buildings and areas that would not be sufficient except of normal to state and this social element and so on. As I told you, our combination of via negativa and participative project is more or less like that. An antifragile planning is a combination of constraints, normal projects that can achieve the objective of shared activity without acting instead of people, with and voice. At the same time, avoiding that the strongest and more powerful factors can realize a private investment of public income. As I told you, it implies a frame of rules and laws that must be stable and long-lasting, based on some kind of precautionary approach, not to fragilize a set of systems that can be seen, and to foster trends and that action of life. It is not entirely a bottom-up process. There is a bit of coordination with the and also there must be space for it. What fragilize us? Inflexible language destination, centralization, especially if presents micromanaged teams, efficiency and optimization when they reduce the optionality, eliminate dreams, safeguards, and protect redundancies, eliminate the possibility of fragmentation and so on, specialization, simplification, lack of responsibility, inequality, and the first slide is linked to Taleb, second to the last two diagrams. Social cohesion is not the steady state of harmony. It's the precarious and dynamic result of conflict and competition. It could be managed only if, to some extent, the reality of the city is assumed to available, and if, to some extent, the power is real. So, this is the last quote. I will go to this quote. This is an interview of an urbanist, British urbanist that was anarchist and was educated. It is Colin Ward. Colin Ward was. I quoted a lot of authors. I don't agree completely with them, but they gave me some hint that is very important. So this is an interview of Colin Ward. The idea that a house should be completely in one, go before you, go before you come with any permission and market is ridiculous. Look at the houses of this village. Many of them are developing their character of a sentence, a bit of media at the back with two very jobs and dogs, as you've seen before in Stuart living people. The question, but would the people living in such houses not be unlikely to become the despoiling of the families could decide by that rule they would see as most ancient country? It is usually in camels where more adamant about the village in East exactly as it was when they moved. They might be they made a big business out of rural. Surely too. It's not advocating the one-size-nation of planning. And this is the very important final phrase. I don't believe in just letting it reap the planet. The rich get away with market when that happens. But I do want the planning system to be flexible enough to give honest people a chance. Thank you.
Question?
Thank you very much. Very, let's say, agree with what you said. Well, first of all, I would like to comment that your pictures, they last for a few seconds, less than seconds, so we cannot appreciate them. Please leave them more while you talk. Second, about the concept of the anti-fragile. And I think that this is, of course, is most philosophical, because I agree with your criticism about using smart to be too dirigistic, okay? But also anti-fragile could be dirigistic, just technical. Don't do. So the last sentence you said is much better, where you modify the shape of the gradients of the derivatives so that people are encouraged to go the same way. Can you comment on that?
Yes, I agree. I agree. So, my interpretation, it is not the interpretation of Calais, of anti-fragile planning, is the planning with via negativa and space transformation. Via negativa says that something is not alone. It must aid a lot of things that are not alone. But the most important thing is space to adapt, to transform. And so the combination is via negativa and space of transformation. It is not easy. You have to do it in a context, every context, and with, let's say, a good combination between bottom up and top-down process. But I am not telling that if in the future there will be an association of anti-fragile cities, we became a sexy, maybe expression like yours. I say that this concept can introduce some hints in making better planning. So this is good. And for the images, I agree with you, but I have to tell you that I made the whole presentation, not the last version, but one the previous version in the app. So in the last presentation, it's better, like, because my friend Andrea told me exactly that, but I made a mistake. The contents are more or less similar, but the organization was a little bit more efficient. Thank you.
So, first of all, thank you very much for the presentation. It was very stimulating one. A lot of concepts and ideas. Sorry. Yes. Okay. So Bibo, first of all, thank you very much for your presentation. It was usually full of concepts and ideas, and think about that for hours. It was very interesting, actually, the fact that what you said about the mutual relationship that we have with the shape of the cities and how people do that. It goes with my idea about the fact that you mentioned that we have a smart city or a city if we have intelligent people that use the city. So maybe one interpretation of what you try to communicate to us is that we have smart things, even if we do not like this term smart anymore. If we act smartly as people that live in the city and people that plan the city. Can you comment on that?
I agree with you. It is true, but also the point that I made was what we support. So I agree. What I can say that it's not only intelligence. The way in which people live, it is not necessarily intelligent. The way in which they follow their own goal and emotion. So, place could be the cities that have been received and Antifragile are cities that allow control a lot of things, like the new cities in the Renaissance, but leave people to express themselves. Or one way of expression of intelligence, markets, of course. But other ways are the classical needs that people meet and find place in town. As I told you, I did the right presentation, which is this one, the new one, it's a field. But some images of this were, for instance, this playground were very, very, very clever. But they were not planned to be clever. They were planned to give to children the possibility to play. It is not necessarily a smart activity.
Thank you, Professor, for the presentation and for your visioning and a future idea of planning, especially for interpreting the idea and the challenge of smart cities in a concrete and useful way, more than just technology for technology, sensors for sensors, and so on. I was just wondering of an aspect. We are mainly focused on the city because it is the agglomeration point, it is the center of demand, service providing, and so on. But do you think that the similar consideration should be spread in the rural areas where the density is low, where the settlement is low, and where there are other criticalities and structural problems?
Yes, frankly, yes. I will present a session about this, the possibility of using the technologies, the best available technologies. It's not only the new one for managing the rural district. I think that I have not made the reflection, but I think that this mix of things could be useful in reshaping, in revitalizing also rural. I'll leave you with Gina and Brigida, that is in a movie, it's Notre Dame de Paris, and this is a sort of market, a space of market, and people was trading, but she decided to get it, and everybody stopped.
So now we'll have a content picture, so I'll ask you just to go forward right away, and those people who are towards the back side and people who are short to the next side, will be going to go by students and you, yeah. And we will do the report on our ICCSA. So let's just do really quick photograph. Yeah, right there, thank you. And the chairs up in front as well, unfortunately. Well, so we do the ICCSA group photograph right now inside. Thank you. I think this looks good. Yeah, the front row. Thank you. Okay, wait a second, we have more people coming. You want to need the picture really fast. Really fast. Can I get one more right here in the phone? That's okay. I got it. Oh. Yeah, that's good. That's
Okay. 1, 2, 3.